Well, I'd like to try to start this session with a quick question for the audience, actually. Who in the audience has heard of Maplin before? Please raise your hands. That's massive. Thank you. Well, the reason I ask is because when we did a study around brand awareness, panels show that only 3% of people knew of Maplin unprompted. So clearly you're not representative of that population. I think we have here probably 30–40% awareness. And I would explain why we went on TV, actually. We had a TV campaign through May, and we're going on TV again very soon, to get that awareness higher. And the TV campaign actually did well. You may remember this guy, for those who haven't seen it, because in that case, I mean, probably 70% of you have seen that ad, and it was quite successful for us. Now we're at a stage where 9% of the UK population recall Maplin unprompted. My next question will be, of those who have said they knew Maplin, how many would recommend the brand to peers? Well, then it's less of a maybe it's about the website, something. But then I must say, with regards to NPS, Net Promoter Score, the 5 top companies in the UK are eBay, Amazon, First Direct, the first one being Apple, and Maplin scores second, which is something you might not be aware of. And actually, our customers really rate us really high when they get to the store, when they have this experience in store. They're really happy about it and are ready to promote and communicate about it. So we need to leverage that and bring it to life online. And that's the purpose of today's presentation, is how are we going to make sure that the brand is salient, both in stores and online? How can we make the best of the internet? We need to be where the customers are, and clearly they're online. I mean, there's evidence that 70% of customers check a website before they go in a store. So today, we'll share 2 aspects of our digital strategy and how we want to get more customers, and but we want the right customers, obviously, with the right media at a good cost. And the 2 topics we're going to share today is what we've done in the past 6 months to attract more customers through digital, both with PPC, and then I'll come on to it with rich content and videos in particular. So I'll hand over to Emmanuel, who's going to take you through what we've done with regards to our digital marketing campaigns.
Thank you, Michel. Can you still hear? Yeah, you hear me. Okay, brilliant. So I'm just going to start with the actual challenge of the market at the moment, because it says a lot of why we actually picked PPC to actually increase the number of customers with the lowest cost of acquisition. So first, in the market, you have the focus on the audience. What it means is that we used to focus only on keywords, we used to focus only on standard display, and now with audience, we can actually target exactly the right audience. What I mean by right audience, it's not only gender, sex, or age, but it's also like people with a certain behavior. And there are other challenges. Mobile, for example, is one of them. Mobile is very important because now, like I'm sure, if you have all the website in the audience, you may have between 30, 40, 50, 60% of your traffic now that is coming from mobile. Then you have in-store tracking specifically. Today, you can actually check like how many people are actually coming to your store, how many people are actually coming out from your store, how many people are actually stopping in front of a product, how many people are actually buying your product, and all that you can link it back to who actually came from the website. So it's a very powerful thing. Then you have first-party data. First-party data is your data. Especially the best part of the first-party data is CRM data, so the client's part data. How many people are actually buying, how many products, the lifetime value. Because from that, you can link it back to how many people you're going to target afterwards. You're going to be able actually to look at peers or lookalikes that have exactly the same characteristics of the ones who actually have the biggest lifetime value in your shop. Second and third party data. Third party data could be pretty much anything. Could be the weather forecast, like linking, how many people are actually buying when it's raining outside, the impact in store or on the websites. Second party data is actually using the data of websites that are in the same verticals as you. So potentially having partnerships with people that share the same audience as you. DCO, or dynamic creative optimization, is based on all this data. You can actually change the message that you push to your customers. Dynamically on your website, dynamically on search, dynamically in display, dynamically in banners, dynamically in the street if you want. So this is really powerful because then you can create live exactly the message you want to push to your customers and the kind of scenarios and see the impact live in your store, in the physical store, on your website. Finally, digitalization of other media. TV is becoming digital. You have billboards in the streets, in shops. All that increase immensely the competition between all the retailers. So because of that, and because Michel and Maplin are already working on the CRM part, which is actually increasing the lifetime value and how many times people are actually going to buy on the websites, we focused on one challenge, which is more sales from new customers with a lower CPA. Because this is what we can aim for. So actually, we're going to explain to you a bit more how we did that. We looked at all the channels. So actually, I could have put also social in a way that social can be PPC, can be display, can be loyalty, can be pretty much anything. This is an example of, when you start with a channel, I call it the launch pad because actually it's the quickest way to go to the moon. You can actually see how much time it takes between the decision we take to launch the channel and the first impact you're going to have. And basically from that, you quickly see that PPC is the fastest one because it takes 2 or 3 weeks to launch and you see instantly the impact. So we chose PPC here. Then we look into the strategy and we said, well, first we can look at the efficiency of your accounts. Going into details, I'm going to show you that afterwards, the account structure and how we actually go into that. Second part is going where the internet users actually are today, not only on the websites, on the desktop version. They're on mobile, they're watching TV, they have a very complex behavior. So it's very important for us to go where they are. So we'll talk about mobile and TV afterwards. Finally, you can now in search through RLSA or remarketing list for search ads, target specific audience in search in PPC. So we're going to show you how we did that and what kind of impact you get out of it. And finally, we have a few thoughts on B2B business afterwards. So the account structure. When we started, we actually analyzed the accounts, the structure, and what we realized is that, I'm sure it's the same for a lot of you, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% of your budget in PPC is with brand. So the brand part is actually extremely important. So what we did is actually looking at how much money, how much budget we could save from decreasing CPCs on the brand part. So the first thing is that there is a technology that we have called Brand Watch, where we actually analyze who's buying your brands, all the affiliates, any time of the day. So we can actually look at making sure that they either go where we have a partnership with them. Second thing is actually looking at the structure itself, making sure that the brands and the generic keywords are clearly split, that we have specific targets, match type that actually are working. So it means that we used to have phrase match a lot. Now we have more of broad match modifier and exact match. What it means is that with broad match modifier, we look for volumes, we look at increasing the number of people actually coming to the websites, and then exact match will actually make sure that every time we see a keyword that is working a lot, we're going to put it in exact match and make sure that this keyword has the lowest CPC. To give you an example, we looked at the keyword Maplin electronics. By decreasing by 4p this term in CPC, we saw an impact of close to £20,000 a day of increase of revenue. So not only we saved money on every keyword, but we increase the number of sales by improving the account structure. So that's the efficiency part. That's one keyword. There are 15,000 keywords in the account. Then we went to the mobile part. Here, what it means is that, as I said, you have a broader or more complex conversion funnel. What it means is that you have people actually watching TV and then like looking at their tablets. You're looking at the situation as well, so you can actually looking at, you're actually walking with your smartphone. Actually, studies show that if you leave your apartment without your smartphone, 75% actually of people would come back home to get their smartphones again. But if they lose their wallets, they wouldn't do that, actually. That's the funny part. So basically what it means is that you're always using your smartphones. Actually, here when we launched the mobile campaigns, we had 40% of traffic coming from mobile. We had a better return on investments because the CPC levels are actually lower than on desktop. But more than that, we didn't only look at the conversion part, last click, same session, meaning like how many people are actually buying on mobile. We actually looked at the behavior itself because there are a lot of people actually coming to mobile, not only to buy, but also to have understanding, because it's a touch point itself, of who is coming to Maplin and what kind of products they have. So we looked at other KPIs such as bounce rates, time spent on the website, etc. Finally, we saw that it's one of the biggest channels for assisted conversions. A lot of people come to the mobile PPC parts to actually buy afterwards. We went on the YouTube part, and the video part. What it means here is that Maplin, roughly twice a year, has a TV ad. Well, once or twice.
It's not a regular.
It's not a regular thing. Last time was in May or, yeah. What we did is that first we know that YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world next to Google, right? So what we thought was there are many people that are actually watching videos, and I would like to actually understand a bit more about Maplin, the TV ad that you saw on TV first, because they're actually on YouTube while watching TV. So we had one campaign for that, pretty much targeting everyone. Second campaign was targeting more channels in relation with tech. And this is the kind of successful rate that we had. So the cost per view was less than 10p. Actually, it was almost half of it. We had 1.5 million impressions. Free clicks, meaning that we didn't put any annotations to the video or anything, but people actually seeing the ads and then clicking to the website to have another experience with it. And finally, the view rate was more than 1 in 10 people. So those were the two campaigns that I mentioned. One broad campaign, and a second targeting more tech channels. A few examples of how it looks like. You can see that here it's the broader part, so we focused on the moments part, so Maplin moments, that were the TV ads. Here we had specific ads targeting people so they can see the video also on the website. So it's actually increasing the number of touch points and making sure that people see the video more than once on TV or more than twice on TV. So that was extremely successful, but then we looked also at specific products. So here we had Wi-Fi boosters or HDMI ports, and we focused on the moments, what we call Maplin moments actually. So the actual troubles.
Yeah, the Maplin, just to make it clear on what Maplin moment is the theme of the campaign. Maplin moment is when you resolve a problem at home with technology coming from Maplin. So we base the campaigns on problem solution kind of Q&A with customers.
Actually, so yeah. Actually, how many of you have actually seen the TV ads?
They're not watching TV. They're online.
Okay. Now that's interesting. And then basically we focus on the problems itself, and to make sure that if we identify through TV ads a problem that they may have with technical products, we can channel them directly to the product page and try to improve conversions. So here there was a staggering 4% CTR and actually 4% conversion rates, which is really, well, kind of close to what we get in search anyways. So very interesting. Finally, we focus on audience in search. So here you have examples of what kind of audience you can target in search. So not only targeting keywords. So here we had site visitors. So here it's only people coming to a website to one of the pages. Product viewers, so specifically going to a product page. Basket leavers or basket abandoners. So this one is pretty standard because you can have it in retargeting anyways. And then you have existing customers. So people who actually bought within the 30-day cookie period, but actually I think we put it under 4 days to make sure. And finally, new clients, so people who never bought on the website. And here we had different objectives all the way. So some were actually making sure that they convert at some point. Some were about increasing the lifetime value if they were already existing customers. What we did is that for each audience, you can change the CPC level, you can change the ad copy, and you can change the landing page. We had trials on the CPC level, and we said, well, let's try to increase by 10% existing customers, 15% basket abandoners, and 25% new customers. Only the CPC part not changing anything. And the kind of results we had were for basket abandoners, for example, this one, which I think is really important because here it's actually only on one ad group, so one specific group of keywords. The most important one for me is that we didn't change anything apart from the CPC, plus 15%. Actually, this actual CPC only went up by 1p, but the conversion ratio went from 1.8% to 19%. And it says a lot because for us it means that now audience is really part of search, and you can have really specific kinds of strategies based on specific audiences. So that's the takeaways from the PPC side, the structure. So here, by changing the accounts, the ad group, the match types, etc., we had roughly 30% increase efficiency, 10% less budget, and 20% more revenue. We targeted the audience. So here was increasing the conversion ratio. You saw an example just before. TV synchronization. Here was more like having a broader audience and making sure that people are parts of the conversion funnel. And mobile, trying to go and seeing them wherever they are. And then hand over for the SEO part to Michel.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Well, it's not so much about SEO actually. It's very generic around what do we do in terms of brand awareness and how we grow our saliency with regards to Maplin brand. So our omni-channel strategy revolves around rich content. We believe that we can become a destination for all has to do with electronics, and we want to ensure, customers understand that that's a strong USP we have. The first value at Maplin is customers first, always, and that's really what's happening in stores, which explains for the NPS scores. We are famous for the unique knowledge that our staff members in stores who wear this same T-shirt have around product and technology. I wanted to reflect that on the YouTube channel. And so we have filmed over 500 videos in the last 6 months, showcasing that savviness and know-how. For the customer's sake, we've ensured these videos were filmed professionally. So we've partnered with a company which is called the Internet Video Company. We're experts in internet video. And for the last 2 years, they've been working and driving that. But in the last, 6 months, we've done 200 more. If you do have this video strategy, you want to make sure that the videos are going to be watchable. They have to be valuable to viewers, they have to be relevant, they have to be crisp. Everything happens in 20 seconds. So videos are highly engaging, really, now to convey this USP for Maplin. They can be used across channels. That's important as well. Obviously, first and foremost on the YouTube channel, but also on our product page, where they increase conversion, and in stores. In stores, there's the hub, as you can see here. Then videos drive traffic from YouTube. 42% of the videos that are seen on YouTube come from the Maplin website, but the other 40% come actually from people who are on YouTube and just find us thanks to the videos, and I come to this. So they drive traffic, they aid conversion, and also they generate sales in stores. But to better illustrate that, I've got a short video to take you through what we've been doing so far that was presented last week at the Maplin conference. So enjoy.
Product videos are one of the hottest things in retail.
You're gonna love this.
Brands and businesses everywhere are seeing increased conversion and increased sales. Kiddie Care have seen up to a 50% increase in sales. M&S have doubled their dwell time. Debenham saw a 12% uplift with video. Virgin saw a 30% takeoff in sales. Appliances online video every product, over 4,000 so far. To make sure Maplin takes advantage of this powerful medium, we've been growing and expanding Maplin TV. Based around a completely refreshed YouTube channel, we now have nearly 500 videos featuring products we've filmed, products our suppliers send us, and how-to videos across the business. All because our customers love them and they drive views and sales. A huge percentage of people search online for products they want, and they use all sorts of devices to do it. Desktops, of course, but increasingly they're on the move, using laptops, tablets and smartphones. And as the devices get smaller, the more they want to watch somebody demonstrating a product, rather than having to read tiny text. Video breaks down the barriers to purchase and greatly increases desire. People want you to show them. And research by Forrester says that 1 minute of video is worth 1.8 million words. Maplin TV's team of bright, enthusiastic presenters show viewers the benefits of Maplin's products in a compelling, credible and watchable way. It's as close as a customer can get to being in the store themselves. And it means they can buy online with increased confidence. And of course they can watch them in store as well, on the hub or in bay screens. All designed to help customers buy what they want and need. And of course it helps you in store to sell the tens of thousands of online products you don't have room to stock. There are standard videos that explain the main features of why the product is right for you. Enhanced videos that demonstrate the product functioning. And the first of Maplin TV's how-to videos that show customers how to make and operate what they've bought. Now the production of videos has started to flow. Maplin TV's YouTube channel has been refreshed and redesigned for brand awareness and viewer engagement. And each video has been optimized for maximum discoverability online, making sure that they have a life and value far beyond the Maplin universe, where the video converts the decision to buy before the actual visit to Maplin's website or stores. In one test, this initiative has resulted in a 44% increase in video views, all aiming to drive traffic and sales, online and in-store, to Maplin's bottom line. Video is incredibly powerful as a quick, emotive hook to a sale. It's powerful to help customers. It's powerful as a search and ranking tool. And it's a fantastic marketing tool that benefits every part of the Maplin business.
The adventure begins here.
This is Maplin TV.
So this is where we've gone so far, and obviously to do this, it was a kind of a long process, and it's still ongoing. So how have we optimized our YouTube channel? Well, first comes the taxonomy bit. To make sure that people would reflect what they see in stores, in the aisles, and also online, and they could have that same experience on the YouTube channel. We've reconstituted the taxonomy of the website on the YouTube channel, and you see the categories here are, obviously there's a channel trailer which says what the channel is about, engaging, and then we reflect all the categories that are on the website with the same color codes, with the same kind of branding elements. So the channels can be browsed exactly in the same way the Maplin website is browsed, and then people can even go and start playing, whole playlists. If they're interested in CCTV, for example, they can see the whole playlist in a row. Then there's and playlists actually are quite well organized. So that's one bit. And then the next bit is about branding. Obviously, you'd want to have, it's all about the Maplin here at Maplin. So the guys who wear the T-shirt and are, serving you in the stores. So we have 1,500 of them. And the elements of branding range from the channel information, the header, the trailer, and soon we'll have a fan finder as well. All branding elements are consistent with what is displayed in stores on the Maplin website. So we want to make sure we showcase the different types of videos, the ones that are filmed by Maplin, the ones that are supplier videos, and which have also specific elements in them, and obviously the how-to videos, which is a different thing where you show a product end-to-end. Then an important bit is links and CTAs, call to actions. So you want to make sure you have the right call to actions and the right links. So we have a Buy It Now button, which obviously is meant to drive traffic to the Maplin website and the product page from the video. At the end of the video, when people are really engaged, they want to know more, they want potentially to buy it, they land directly on the product page. And that's really important in terms of SEO traffic, because it's obviously... in terms of other elements for optimization, rich content is clearly very important. You'd want to have links to the products again in the product description, in the video description side. You add the product description, maybe with different elements in there, and then obviously people can comment, can add to it. It's like a website. Like your own website when you have reviews. That's the monitoring side of things on YouTube, and just to show you that you can add keywords and search terms within the videos. That's really, tags. And when people search for, computer network, Wi-Fi, and so forth, then they're more likely to land on your video, or it will show higher in YouTube. It's exactly like Google, actually. So, a couple of takeaways. We just finished another batch of 40 new videos for Christmas. We want to create more how-to videos, and I'm about to engage with the whole of the staff in the company in the 216 stores we have in the UK, so that Mapliniers can film themselves doing how-to videos. Should be interesting. And on the maplin.co.uk website, we will introduce user-generated rich content as well, so that you customers, the ones who are passionate about electronics, can also provide the website and share the experience with videos. So there's more to come. But hopefully at the end of the day, you're going to retrieve online the richness of the experience you get in stores. So joining the dots between stores and online is clearly the strategy at Maplin. Thank you very much. We're going to take a couple of questions, if you have any. I think we're good with time.
Yeah, if people are not too hungry.
Or people... Yes. Is there any... microphone or?
All right, so the microphone is actually there.
Okay, you've produced around 500 now videos.
Yes.
What other opportunities for content do you see then at that point?
In terms of well, in terms of content, there's lots of things we have in mind. We want to enrich the product files. So we're going to work with a company called CNET, which is, with a script you can have content from brands coming through to your product page directly. So brands supply the content to this large, database, and then you take it on your site. But it's not unique content, so we'd have the same content as others, but obviously it's a good enrichment, and it comes from the brand directly. That's one thing. Clearly, user-generated content is a key aspect. We're going to work with Bazaar Voice, ratings and reviews, and have a new feature which is called curation, whereby you can get content coming from Facebook, from people's, Pinterest or anything, and then you syndicate a lot of content, photos, same way eBay does, photos, videos, and other content. And with regards to our own strategy with content, depending on which category it is, because obviously on components you won't have the same content as on CCTV, where you need more explanation. So we're going to sort out what richness levels we need for each category, and then come up with the right strategies category by category. But clearly, the aim at the end is to make the website the place where you get most content and the richest content. So including PDF files, manuals, links to other websites, anything that can help, 3D images, whatever. So another question, maybe we have time.
We have 2 minutes left.
One more question.
Okay.
So, yeah, gentleman here.
I'm sorry, hold on. I can't.
Online customer experience and the in-store experience.
You want to ask this again?
Yeah, sorry. Michel, I appreciate you won't be able to share too much about this, but how is Maplin linking up the online customer experience and the in-store experience to have one single customer journey?
Well, that's a project for a little bit further in the future, but clearly when I mentioned we want to join the dots, it's about engaging with customers who cannot make it to the store. So potentially looking at, we already have chat, but we're looking at other options where video would be involved and live video, whether it's about tutorials, whether it's about live, if for instance showcasing how to use a 3D printer or 3Doodler, the latest handheld 3D printer, and from your home you could see a little video. You make an appointment with someone, and then you engage with customers the same way it's done here. This conference, I think, is broadcast live, so you could have events taking place in stores and broadcast to customers in the same way you could have some customers being able to engage with the store vendor with video. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.